dark chicken stock is indescribably delicious. Although you can boil chicken and vegetables to make an easy light chicken stock, first browning the chicken and vegetables and then boiling them releases a ton of flavor. If you want my easy recipe for dark chicken stock, keep watching. Chicken stock can be made in either light stock or dark stock. I prefer dark stock because even though it is a little bit more work, it's a lot more flavorful. Both versions of chicken stock involve some sort of chicken with the bone, whether it be chicken pieces like the back or the neck, or in my case, chicken leg quarters, along with carrots, onions, celery, and garlic. If you're doing a light stock, all you have to do is just boil this all together and it's perfectly fine. But I like more flavor, so I first have to brown the meat and the vegetables a bit and then boil them. The original recipe I found on the Kitchen Conundrums YouTube channel, but I modified it a bit so that it's easier. Here in this old 8x8 dish, I have one chicken leg quarter that's almost exactly 1 pound. I have the equivalent of maybe 2 medium onions, 1 medium carrot, 1.5 medium stalks of celery, and 2 garlic cloves. The original recipe calls for browning the chicken at 400 for 40 minutes and then adding the vegetables and cooking for more time. But in my opinion, that's a bit of quilombo. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brown everything at the same time. I put the garlic, the celery, and the carrots directly underneath the chicken to kind of protect it. And then the onions, which I think can take a little bit more browning, I put those on the outside. This is going to go into an oven at 400 degrees for, I think last time it was maybe an hour, hour and a half. Then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to boil everything together. Oh, and I put about a half of a teaspoon of canola oil around the inside of the baking dish just so that it does not stick. I took the chicken and vegetables out of the oven about 20 minutes ago. It was in uncovered at 400 degrees for an hour and 25 minutes. It's cooled off a bit, so now I can move on to the next step. Here I have my chicken and vegetables. Here is the pot that I'm going to use to boil everything in. It has 1.5 bay leaves along with a little bit of water. I will be adding more water. I'll get to that. And here in this pot over here, I have some warm water, actually hot water. It's steaming, but not quite boiling. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, can I touch it? Yes, I can. Put everything from this pot, excuse me, take everything from this pan and put it into the pot. And then once everything is out, I'm going to take the warm water and pour it into this casserole dish a little bit at a time and use my spatula to scrape the bottom so that way I can scrape the little bits up off of the bottom of the dish. I think the little brown bits will have a lot of flavor, so that's something I definitely want to do. Just a little bit at a time. I'm just going to scrape. This is going to take a couple rounds, but that's okay. Just to show you, like so. I will take it and pour into the pot here. Take more water. Pour it into here. And then just continue scraping. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 rounds of this to get as much up off the bottom as I can. And this over here is actually giblet stock. So that's just the light method. I didn't brown anything, I just am boiling everything. Just so you know what that is. And now I'm simmering it. So yeah, just keep scraping this and adding water as you go. Honestly, I don't think the bay leaf at this point is absolutely necessary. I've made this without the bay leaf. I've even made a light stock without a bay leaf and it's good, but I've noticed I really like chicken that's been boiled in a stock that has a bay leaf in it. Like with my Argentine chicken puchero, the chicken and vegetable soup. And last year when I had dressing for Thanksgiving, I said, this is very, very close to what I remember having as a kid, but something's missing. And then I realized when I made the puchero, oh, I think it was a bay leaf. So honestly, I think a bay leaf is a secret ingredient in a lot of soups and stews. So as you can see, this is pretty easy. Once I'm done here, this pot, I'm going to make sure everything's covered with water. I might have to add a little bit more. Then I'm going to turn on the heat, bring it to a boil, and then turn it down and simmer it on either 2 or 3, guess mark 2 or 3 out of 6 for, I don't know, probably another hour or so. Then I'm gonna let it cool. I'll strain it. I'll take the meat off the bone. I'll keep the meat, but throw away the skin and the bones, so that tomorrow when I make my dressing, I just put the meat and the stock into the dressing. The dark chicken stock has now been boiling for 1.5 hours. I started it off at 3 and then probably half an hour or so, and I turned it down to 2. You can see it has reduced by a good amount. I tasted it about half an hour after it started to boil, and then I just tasted it recently, and the flavor definitely got better as time went on. The bay leaf, I think, was a good idea in this, so I'm excited. The giblet stock is behind it. It's been boiling for the same amount of time. Now I'm just going to turn off the heat, and then once it cools down enough to handle probably at least half an hour, then I'm going to strain it, and I'm going to take the meat off the bone and save it, but throw away the bones and the skin. And same with the gizzards and neck, etc. The dark stock has actually been cooling for a really long time now, about 2 hours, and it is definitely cooled to the touch. Please excuse the mess here, or as the Argentines would say, the quilombo. I am actually making pies right now at 3 o'clock in the morning. Speaking of which, my southern sweet potato pie came out of the oven not too long ago. So if you want to take a look at that one, the recipe is already on my channel. Go take a look. But what I'm going to do here is I have the dark stock. I have a strainer. I'm going to put a paper towel there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the chicken out and probably the larger pieces of vegetables. And I'm going to take the meat. Oh, wow, this is just falling off the bone. And I did taste this. It tastes amazing. Almost just like a really good chicken soup. I could just eat this, to be honest. So once I fish out the bigger things and I take the meat off the bone and save it, I'm going to strain this, and then I will save that as well. Actually, I'll just do that now. You see how to do that. I almost poured in the stock and then I realized, hey, why dirty 2 bowls? I'm going to put the stock in this container in the refrigerator, so why not just pour it directly into that? Like I said, this is cooled off, so I don't have to worry about putting it into the refrigerator or what kind of container I put it in. All those brown bits, It's a good idea to strain them so that you don't have any bitterness in the stock. Then I have my giblet stock over there, but this is gold if you are making cornbread dressing. Who knew that making a dark chicken stock for cornbread dressing or maybe even some sort of soup or stew would be so easy? Now everything has been strained. First, like I said, I just took the meat off the bones and I took the larger pieces of vegetables out of the stock and I strained it, and here it is, everything ready to go. The chicken, the dark stock, and then the garbage. This is going to make for some excellent homemade cornbread stuffing. If you've never made your own chicken stock, if you just buy it, please make your own, and especially make a dark chicken stock. This is life-changing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. For more information about Argentinian food and Southern recipes, please visit my website, parnellthechef.com, and be sure to follow me on social media. Right now, I'm most active on Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.